Goku looks so fucking cool. There's no reason for me not to play him.
I got called a name and then insulted for using my extra large control.
But like, honestly, I'm be real with you. I'm about to go try hard mode on this demo build.
Call them out!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another consecutive week of Mount Paozu Arcade. I am Meta Abe here with Hell Pockets, with our special returning guest. With our returning guest, Reynold. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going?
I don't know. I can't see much right now through this giant mask over my face.
Oh.
Just go on. Just forget I'm even here.
Okay. So a lot has happened. We've had quite some time to decompress from Evo. I don't even know where to start, man. Chris, well, where are we gonna start with this?
I mean, so I would like to start at least with leading up into Evo. How are you feeling going in? Because I mean, this was your first Dragon Ball FighterZ big major, you know? I don't think you had been to anything other than
Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker, yeah. You didn't go to CEO, obviously. And so Evo was like your big ass bracket. So what were the kind of thoughts going through your head at that time? And we'll set the tone from that.
Honestly, I thought I was gonna make top 8. I mean, I saw the path leading up to top 8. I knew who I was gonna fight going up to there. And I was like, okay, as soon as I get out of pools, I'll play Nakiel. I'm pretty confident playing against him. And then Dogra also. I was like, Dogra, he almost kind of plays like an American, but he makes like kind of weird reads and stuff. So I kind of capitalized on that. I just made sure that I was just using my galactic brain so he couldn't make any reads on me. Right? So that's how you beat a guy like that. And then I had Kazunoko. I knew he was going to be the toughest one out of all of them. From the House of Summit, I actually played him like maybe 10 or so games. I probably only won one game out of all those matches that we played. Oh, yeah, I should. Fuck. Sorry. Give me a second.
Yeah, let's take a lot to mute that.
Yeah, that dude, the way he plays, his style is just really annoying. Just because he gets you on lockdown with his assists, and then plus you have either Kid Buu or Adult Gohan on top of you. It's just, I don't have a problem blocking. Just watching my match, like, I really didn't have a problem blocking Adult Gohan. But just being put in constant, like, lockdown is really annoying. And then trying to approach, he'll, like, call an assist if you get close enough, and then he'll put you in blocks then just by doing that. And then he super dashes, and then he puts you in blocks then again with a second assist, you know?
So basically, once you see that the Yamcha is out, it's already too late.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
I mean, I tried doing certain things, but I wasn't playing my best either. I dropped a lot of combos, I'd say. But yeah, that's okay.
Well, I got a question for you from observing those matches. How are you mentally in that match? Like, how are you feeling mentally? Like, did you feel ready to go? Did you feel yourself fading?
Nah, I was. I wouldn't say I was done, but if I played Kazunoko almost immediately after beating Dogra, I'm pretty sure that would have been a different story.
All right, so let's talk about that for a second, because obviously this was something that was not discussed after the fact, but there was a pretty long period in between when you were told you were going to play Kazunoko to when you actually played him.
You know how many times they were like, Reynold, you're up. Reynold, you're up. I was like, bro, like, when am I really up? Like
you sat down like twice.
Yes, I sat down, pretty much like twice. I'm like, So should I go warm up? Like, what am I doing? Just waiting here? Like, what the fuck, man?
Damn,
So,
dude.
so every time,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was actually pretty ridiculous because every time he sat down, we thought it was time, but Kazunoko kept not showing up. And I'm over here on the mic at the time saying, like, oh, he's, at first it was cute, like, oh, he's obviously ducking Reynolds. He doesn't want the piece of the, doesn't want no more of that fire from some of the power, right? But then the second time I was like, all right, this is getting kind of ridiculous, guys. We might actually have to, whatever he's doing right now, maybe tell him to put a halt on that real quick and just drag him over for this quick ass beating.
All right, so the first time we were supposed to play, he was in BB top 8.
Mhm.
Yeah, BB tag. And they were doing the ceremony for that. So that was the first reason.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, once he's done with the ceremony, he's just going to come right over, right? Like, no. They couldn't find him. Apparently, he was doing some interviews or whatever. I don't know if that was actually true or not, right?
Freaking BB. Holy shit.
For fifth? Like, really? Did they interview for fifth? I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
Hey, but let's be real though. Kazunoko's a winner though, so I guess he gets to do stuff like that.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what place, you're Kazunoka, you just get interviewed. Don't matter. And then here's the worst part. After that shit, apparently he went to go play fucking Guilty Gear. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh my god. He was in top 8 for that too, right?
I don't know. I think he got 9th. I feel like he got 9th.
Okay. Regardless,
he only made 2 top 8s, which was Dragon Ball and BB Tag. That was it, I think.
Okay. Well, regardless, he should have been called over for Dragon Ball at that point.
Yeah.
Because he had already had a match waiting to go. And unless someone just immediately came up to him at that moment and said, hey, you got to play your Guilty Gear match as well, I could see how that might have dragged him over there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like kind of iced for about, I would say about 25 minutes. Because
I was waiting for like almost 2 hours.
Whoa!
Between Dogra to Kazunoko, it was almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. It wasn't quite there, but it was almost 2 hours. And I wasn't warming up. I wasn't doing anything.
Dude.
Oh god.
Dude, the director made you do the scene soft. That's embarrassing.
Couldn't even call the fluffer it, just like. Hey.
No, dude. At that point, they couldn't even pay the wage anymore because it's been around for too long.
Couldn't even
like,
calling.
Just go in, man. Just go in. Action.
Where's the backup? No backup Peter Puffer and shit.
And I wasn't like tilted or anything. I was just kind of like, dude, I'm ready to go, like. But apparently, I wasn't really ready to go after almost 2 hours of waiting,
Well, you gotta imagine, when you're ready to go, and then all of a sudden they tell you to wait, and you're like, okay, and then you're ready to go again, and they tell you to wait again. You're just like, well, how many times do I got to get it up?
Yeah, exactly, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
well, when we were watching you play, man, it definitely seemed like you were really trying to muster some juice, dude. You were reaching deep for that juice to come out. Dude, I've seen you play so many times that I can tell right away when it's like, I'm trying to find some juice somewhere.
You almost had it, though, because you almost got in his brain with the fucking, with the point on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even notice you were wearing that the entire day.
I know nobody noticed. And then I was like, I'm wearing the shit because I know I'm going to play him.
You're wearing the shit right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm wearing it. Look at that shit. Yeah. That motherfucker.
Oh my god, that was a great moment. Regardless of how it happened, the fact that you just had that ready to go, like at that moment, I was like, oh, dude, like he's got to at least get a match on.
And you did. Ready. I was ready when I woke up, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I was ready when I woke up.
Fucking toasted him the first match, and I was like, damn, this might be kind of free.
Here we go.
And then he remembered, like, oh yeah, I'm actually I'm Kazunoko. I can't be conditioned by any man.
Yeah, I mean, he played well. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's not whatever, but and I don't want to say I didn't play my best, but I didn't.
So as a KOF player, I feel like Dragon Ball Fighters has like you can compare both of them on how long you have to play these fucking matches. Where it turns into like a big mental battle to play at that level consistently throughout the whole day.
Oh God.
And then you
go
have
ahead.
that issue that you were talking about where it's like you had so much time in between.
Honestly, I feel like KOF is still more mentally draining than
Okay.
playing Dragon Ball.
Wow.
It like when I made my road to top 8 in KOF, felt like it was a lot more difficult than Dragon Ball. In a sense, like mentally, and then oh God, yeah, definitely mentally it was a lot more difficult. This was a lot more easier for me, mainly because I like the people leading up to that, like the more tougher opponents, right? I've already had experience playing them, whereas Evo for KOF was like you got dudes from South America like almost beating me because I've never played them before, and they were like using some strange tactics or whatever, I mean, that could happen next year for Dragon Ball. I mean, definitely because it was just this game's only been out for what 7 months before Evo, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably see that next year at Evo for sure.
Do you think then that, like, not to sidetrack this, but do you think that maybe the pool of players that might show up for something like Evo will expand to other territories and they will be a little more on the map than they were this year? Because they definitely had players out there, but they just weren't showing up.
Yeah, definitely. I can give you an example like SoCal right now. The dudes here, oh man, they have a different mentality compared to KOF when it comes to like training. Like they're actually getting better here, and I'm like pleasantly surprised that they're kind of giving me a challenge, or they not necessarily giving me a challenge. I mean, they kind of are, but like they're making me think a little bit harder than I should. I think at my position, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this guy sucks. He shouldn't be a challenge to me. And he's like, oh yeah, he's somewhat good, but he's also giving me a challenge at the same time. Like I do have to think a little bit more, and they are actually reacting and strategizing too. Like it's not just them just doing random stuff; they're actually strategizing,
and that's
which is great. I'm really happy for that.
That's gotta be amazing. Now you got people to train with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying in KOF it was more like people had to catch up to you, and in Dragon Ball it's kind of like you have to always be on your toes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think this pool. Well, would you argue as far as like how? I would say that this is probably the second game that you've played that you've gone in this hard. I know you played Street Fighter V for some time, but I would probably say KOF and this are pretty close, right?
Yeah, exactly. They are.
So Dragon Ball's pool of players, even just locally, do you think it's a lot bigger and better?
Locally, I mean, the pool of players, there's definitely a lot more of a higher level in different pockets of SoCal, like different pockets, like different areas. Even though we're all in SoCal, we don't all go to the same events. But it's not like where it's KOF where it's only like dudes from freaking LA, right? It's not that.
Well, that's interesting too, cause West Coast represented pretty fucking well at Evo, man.
Yeah.
Super Noon did really well for himself.
Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me. I guess this is a good point to start talking about Kami and what that dude accomplished at Evo. That I knew he would. I known about Kami before, but I didn't pay much attention to like, oh, that success was something that was really gonna get him that far. But clearly, I did not know the man well enough to know that he was gonna perform that well.
No, I didn't either. When I played him, I was like, yeah, this dude's real. Like I can't autopilot this guy.
So you guys actually played twice at the Goon Suite. The first time you played, it was the first 7.
Yeah, 5-7.
We streamed it.
4-7.
Yeah, and you played another match with Doja, won some money off of that, and then you decided to actually rematch No Kami for the $100. And I was wondering why you decided to do that.
Why not?
I mean, sure. I mean, okay, fine. Well, Fame was there, so you could have played him for the $100.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could have.
I would
Why
say
not? No, I mean, I wanted to see if I was able to, see if I could get the game this time around, or the set off of him this time around. But obviously, I couldn't. I mean, I don't want to make excuses for myself, but like to play that guy in this game, you do have to play like at 100. Like he's that good.
Damn.
He's that good.
So, dude, when he played you the first go around, it was very evident that the dude was on a very high level.
Yeah.
His reactions, his decision making,
Yeah.
the dude, the
And
vibe from him
strategy.
too. The vibe from him too, like his mentality, it just feels so sharp, where his his times when he kind of like, I guess, falls off as far as, maybe he makes a bad decision here. You know how a player will make a bad decision and it'll affect him like really bad?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that effect is not very high for him. Like it's really low.
Like
Like
he
he'll make a
passes stuff up.
mistake, but the dude will make a comeback or whatever. Like he'll
Yes.
stay solid. He is super solid.
Yeah.
If something bad happens, he stays grounded. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
He forgets that
I agree.
immediately. I also want to point out we should be making the distinction between Kami and No Kami. No Kami is who we're talking about. Kami is a Street Fighter player, I believe.
Huh? I don't know.
Yeah, there are who is Kami, and then there's no Kami, or
Yeah, something like that.
There's
Yeah.
two different. Yeah, that's
So
true.
we should refer to them as No Kami before people
And they're
start
both
thinking
East
it up.
Coast, and they're both like NLBC, right?
Well, no, I think who is Kami is UIU or something.
Oh yeah, he is. He is
Yeah.
UIU. So not the UIU one we're talking about, the other one that made top 8.
Top 8.
The only one that matters right now.
Damn. I mean, it's out of your mouth right now, so he definitely did some stuff that you couldn't. Let's talk about Kubo for a second. You had a second chance to make it in the top 8 against Kubo, and as we were talking about before the show, that one looked like a slam dunk.
It should have been a slam dunk. Oh god. All right.
No disrespect to Kubo.
Okay, first mistake. I tried to DHC instead of tagging.
Mm-hmm.
I tried doing that, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just done Ghost into DHC instead.
And
I don't know why. For some reason in my head, I thought that was going to be the smartest move ever. I was like, oh, let me do this DHC into another DHC instead of fucking just doing Ghost into DHC.
Is that when you did the full screen or the full height tag?
Yes.
When you could have killed? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, oh god. So as soon as that happened, I already felt in my bones. Like every time that like stuff like that happens, like when I make mistakes like that, I know that it's kind of like a bad omen as far as like how the match is gonna go. Like, don't get me wrong, I never give up in a high stakes match. I never give up. But when I start seeing stuff like that, I already know it's gonna keep happening. Like things aren't gonna go my way, even though I try to put myself in the position where it should go my way. It almost never does. That dude. Let me give you an example. Like mid screens when we were when I was like baiting him to do like super dash into his assist. There was a couple times where I did get him, but those weren't as effective as where he would tag me in those same situations. The dude would like freaking mash like 5M with like adult Gohan because he's adult Gohan. And then he tagged me. I'm like, dude, usually in these situations I'd win. But I didn't.
Or how about when you actually make a good call and it still doesn't work?
Yes.
Oh, that's like the ultimate.
Don't
right?
even. Don't even. Like he did DP and I did level 3 on his DP because I knew he was gonna do it. I was like,
I think everybody's heart sank there, dude. I don't.
like I said, I still tried not to give up, like when that happened. But I try to stay positive. Like I still tried keeping like thinking about what to do next. Just not like, oh my god, I can't believe that shit dropped. Like, yeah, obviously I'm gonna think about that shit like soon as it happens. But you're gonna try to recuperate yourself. You gotta think about the strategy and like coming up with another strategy. You know what I mean? That's
So-
what I tried doing, but the dude was already too far ahead. Like he was just feeling himself. I'm like, all right, well, shit, man. What can I do?
You gotta be like you gotta, channel the inner Nokami, man. Just be like, well, all I got left is Goku Black.
Nah, dude. Listen. Here's the thing about that is, it would have worked for Nokami.
Yeah.
I mean, it did. It did.
Like
Twice.
It just was not your day, Randall. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that shit was so crazy that it didn't fucking work.
I told you when shit like that happens, like when I see that happen, I try my best to not let that happen again during the match, but I have a feeling I know it's gonna happen again. Like that shit's gonna keep happening. Like it's not gonna go my way. Like what the fuck? It happens. It happens. So it wasn't a good day.
So
at least after like Dogra like made me wait like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Like
Kazunoko, man, come on.
I mean Kazunoko, yeah. Jeez.
Don't do that, please.
Just tell me, next time just tell me, hey, he's gonna take a while, go practice. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that. Instead of having me to like go up to the freaking station like twice and just be like, oh no, we can't find him, sorry. Go back. I'm like, oh, okay.
They just wanted you on cameras for the sponsors, man.
I didn't even show up in that camera, did I?
Yeah, you did. We definitely talked about you several
okay.
times, and then you just disappeared again. Like every time you sat down, it would cut back to me and KP, Kitana Prime, and then it would cut to the player seats again. It would be someone totally different. I'm like, what the?
They definitely had the camera on you going like, is this dude
Where
coming
is
or what?
Kazunoko?
I'm about to play my match.
Call him again.
Oh god. Yeah. Yep.
That could have been handled better, but obviously, there's that speaks to something that we've always discussed in your play style, is that sometimes you get an idea in your head that you just can't let go of, and that's just how you are. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think it's just something you need to work on.
I would say more. I think the whole situation as a whole is like for instance, right? Like how you're talking about earlier, if that Kazunoko incident hadn't happened, even if you would have lost that match, I think you would have obliterated fucking.
Yeah, I definitely would have fucking obliterated that motherfucker.
Regardless what happened with Kazunoko, that was a free, to me.
Yeah,
that was a free top 8.
Yeah, I know.
Should have easily got into top 8.
So that would get to an uncomfortable question. Did Kubo belong in top 8 in terms of skill?
You know what? He beat the other guy, Mokimoti. Mokimoti, yeah. And he's supposedly, a top player.
He's solid, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is he considered a top player in Japan? I think so, right?
I think he's at a certain point was the top Android 21.
Yeah. But he didn't even use Android 21 for the tournament.
Wow.
So, yeah, he used Bardock instead of Android 21.
I mean, that's not a bad trade.
No, that's not a bad trade.
Especially in the previous patch.
He beat him. Honestly, I was actually studying Mokimoti before our match, because I was expecting him to win. Like,
right, because he is the more known player than Kubo.
And then I see Kubo, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then like,
here it comes.
I'm like trying to watch a match of him like the same day. I'm like, and I only got to go through it like once. I was like, "Fuck!" And then I had to go play him. I was like, "This dude's been watching me this whole time. Like, what the fuck, man?" And they all tell each other what the fuck I'm doing too. Like, there's nobody telling me what Kubo does.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling me that shit. I have to go find that out on my own.
But that goes back to your local scene now being as strong as it is. Now you guys have something to study. Say, all right, here's what we're gonna do because it's been done to us for the better part of the year.
Even though that we should do that, nobody does that.
But obviously you guys know you need to do that.
Yeah, but even then, like, everyone kind of takes criticism like differently. You know what I mean? Like even though like somebody has a different play style, like everybody has different play styles here. If your idea doesn't fit with their play style, they're not gonna listen to you. That's just how I feel. I feel like they're not really gonna listen to you. Let me give you an example of
Okay.
that. Let me give you an example. When I played No Kami, right? I lost both times. Guess what? I told Apology Man how to beat him. I
Uh-huh.
told his habits. I told him his habits and how to beat him. He didn't fucking listen to me. He's like, Randall, I lost No Kami, but I should have listened to you. Like you said exactly what he was
But
gonna
he at
do.
least admitted he should have listened.
Yeah. And I was like, well, yeah, you're a fucking idiot because I told you how to beat him. And that's your fault for not listening to me. Sorry. Like, what am I going to do? Like, make you listen to me? No, I'm not going to make you listen to me. But I'm going to tell you you're an idiot for not listening to me.
Yeah, but you know, he probably held some of the power over on you. Like, dude, I got this fool. I ain't gotta listen.
I mean, that's
I'm
kind
pretty
of what
sure,
I'm thinking.
like,
right
I'm pretty
there.
sure that's what he was thinking. He's like, I'm not going to listen to this guy because I don't think he's that good. I'm like, okay, like, sure. If you think so, man.
He was over here like, what the fuck, this guy right here?
He's like, Riddle, you? Apology Man.
I mean, I beat him, like, what was it? I beat him in, what was it? Pasadena Regionals the week before, so he knows how good I am.
No, yeah, he definitely knows. I don't think Apology Man disrespects you at all.
Oh
Like,
no, he
definitely
doesn't. But
felt that shit.
what I'm saying is like no Kami. I mean, yeah, he's good, man. He's legit.
I think he just straight up underestimated him. I mean, a lot of people probably underestimated him. I would say probably the only people who didn't were you the second time and Kubo, because Kubo literally had no idea what to expect. He did not think that Goku Black was going to just run it back into straight neutral.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this: we got our run back the next day, and he couldn't get a game off of me. So.
Oh no! And it wasn't streamed.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But guess what? I got a belt to prove it, and some Twitter tweets about it. So there you go, man.
Ooh. Tell us about that a little bit.
Oh, we were doing the we were at the BCF booth, and they were doing the King of the Hill, and he showed up. I was making fun of him. Maybe I tilted him a little bit because I was making fun of him. No, he's a cool guy. I don't think he was tilted, but he definitely couldn't get a game off of me.
Ooh.
It was very difficult. Like, even though I lose, like you guys already know this. Like, even though I lose, like I know how to analyze my matches properly, and I know how to adapt after losing.
Definitely.
Yeah, I applied those in our matches, even though it wasn't like a serious match. Like I wanted to see how well I adapt and strategize for my opponent, and he's basically my guinea pig for that, and he couldn't get a game off of me. So,
all right, that's adjustment. You know, we would expect that from you.
Yeah. So I was happy with that. Like, even though it wasn't a real match, like just me strategizing and then applying it. It really gave me some confidence for the road to top 8, and my strategies for the other people that were going to come up, like Nakiel and Dogra and Kazunoko. So,
you know, speaking of these people, we were talking to Breaker Dave about this situation last week about how some players just haven't been able to break through the wall of becoming like a consistent top 8 possible threat to win a tournament type players. And how do you think that players, like for instance like a player like Nakiel, where he's a really good player but just hasn't been able to break through because of X reason? Like, everybody recognizes these players as really good, but what is it about these groups of players that you guys have been able to break through, but they haven't?
I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's because it's not that they're full of themselves, but they think that maybe they're too good. You know, they overestimate themselves. Like, for me, my approach to playing other players is I respect them, right? But I'm also gonna disrespect them at the same time. them, it's more like I really don't care who it is. Like I'm just gonna beat them. Like that type of mentality. Instead of like properly like understanding maybe there is a possibility of you losing, and then when that situation occurs during the actual match, you're not you're at a point where you're not playing to win anymore. You're playing to not lose, which is the worst thing.
Yeah.
The worst way you
Oh,
can play.
you know
Yes,
what?
they start doing wake up DPs and shit.
Yeah,
That's definitely a good point because these people, when they're ahead, they destroy.
yeah,
Like I've always seen them do so well when they're ahead, but it's the challenge when they kind of start to fade.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it right there.
Interesting.
And these are like people who, I mean, if they just could get around that, they probably would take consistent top
Yeah,
placings.
they would. They would. They definitely would.
They clearly have the skill. I
Yeah,
think we
for
can all
sure.
agree that they have the skill to be as good as anybody. But I guess what we're trying to say that it is mental. It's a mental thing.
It definitely is. You know, I think we have, especially with the amount of, or rather the age of these players. A lot of these guys are really young. You know, let's put that out there real quick. And so, the fact that they may crack is, I won't say it's forgivable, but it's more likely. You know,
it's inevitable.
Yeah, a little more inevitable that a younger player will crack than a more seasoned veteran player.
But here's the thing: that's what makes you a better player, though. Like if you know how to handle those situations, like the aftermath of the situations better, then that's how you grow. Like I mean, that's me getting my ass whooped by Bala for like 2 years straight.
Oh boy,
Yeah, we're all there for that, dude.
Yeah.
They week in and week out. At times, at 2 weeklies.
Yeah, exactly. Getting my ass whooped by him every year, 2 years,
majors, man.
2 years, 3 years. What was it? I don't know how many years, dude. It's been 2 years in a row at least. I haven't gotten a major off of him, but I definitely won Evo over him. So you know, whatever.
I mean, he wasn't there, so I don't really.
I mean, would it have mattered if he was there?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know.
Well,
we can bring you on Fatal Showdown and talk about what could have happened in 2013.
Oh God,
Ball
5
was
years
there.
ago, we gotta talk about the past. We're done with the past. We're looking at the future right now.
And this guy, he's done with the past, but he will definitely put KOF 13 champion 2013. Hey, cut that shit, bro. He's like, I'm done with the past. Shit. Come on, man.
Shit.
Hey,
Come
that
on.
was an important moment in history, man. We gotta
Definitely
acknowledge
one of the most important, actually. So I think that's one of the reasons.
an actual defense. You perform an actual defense against the other countries. That's crazy. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think in that situation, you were the Kubo to them because they were just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but unlike Kubo, I actually won.
That's true. but they were studying like Mad KOF, and they were studying Tokido, and
Oh yeah, I was in a really good position to fucking win that shit, dude.
And let's talk about the fact. And all right. So this is very much what happened at Evo this year. You wanted to play in 2013. You wanted to play sets with the Japan and Taiwan team. So you got to play Yang Yao Ren, got to play some of the other Japanese players, and most importantly, you got to play Wu, who pretty much steamrolled everybody in the fucking room for about 3 hours.
Yeah, I gave him my money. I was like, "Hey, let's money match."
Yeah, you basically you paid him to download a fake rental because you feedbacked him the whole fucking time. So he had no data on you. And by the time you rolled around the grand finals, he wasn't even looking at you. And you sit down, he's like, "Oh, you're here. Where the hell is Tokido?
Yeah.
You beat Mad KOF? Uh-oh."
damn, dude, this dude is into the long con. What a schemer,
The
dude.
long con. So anyway,
I'm always about the long con, dude.
fast forward 5 years, he's looking at Evo 2018. He's telling himself, and you're telling me this, I want to recapture that magic. So we try to get you some opponents, to come in.
Yeah.
And I remember you told me like, dude, I'm gonna lose your money. That's the one thing you said to me. And I was like, you better not. And then when no comment started turning it up on your ass, and you were just getting that look like, I want to run this back. I was like, yeah, he does. He's not bullshitting.
Yeah, you know what, man? I gotta be honest. As a friend of yours, Reynolds, I support you, and I want you to do your best.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No. But listen, what I'm gonna say is fucked up. I'm gonna say it's fucked up.
Go ahead.
Some people might think it's fucked up.
Go ahead.
Sometimes I want you to lose
For what reason?
because I know how you are, and I know it makes you way fucking better.
Yeah.
It
That,
does.
No, I know it
that's
does.
why that night when I said play him again and play your best and fucking win, I knew this dude had a really good chance of beating you because he was legitimately really good. But if you lost that, I feel that would have helped more than a win.
No, it did, and it did.
And
I told you like what
you
happened
guys
the
played
next
again the
day.
next day. You played again
Yeah.
the next day, and he couldn't even get a match off you.
Yeah.
Now, the important thing, though, is that you have been telling me this, that you wanted to retrace your steps of 2013 and 2018, and you didn't stick to the game plan.
No.
And I was like,
I couldn't do it, man. I got work now.
no, that's I totally
You know what I
understand.
mean?
But the important thing was is that you were still able to grow from the experience. So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, so you're not just like, a wild boy, you're not
Yeah.
just you're not a glop, you're actually someone who can adjust and learn and grow as a player, which makes me believe that someday you could probably make a mistake and weird interactions happen and you won't be like, fuck, I'm gonna be stuck on that one for another 5 minutes,
Well, here's the thing with that. I also had that issue with KOF, and then what really helped me was like going to tournaments, like those last 3 months leading up to Evo. Like I went to almost every single tournament I could, like majors, not just
Right.
locals, majors, right?
Right.
And then that really helped me solidify like my confidence in the game, like my play style. Like nothing was gonna shake me in the game. Nothing did, honestly. Like
Nope.
it really didn't. Like even though like I was playing majors, and it was always the same people, like Romance or Louis Shaw up there, like um, you still get jitters. And then working through those jitters at the time was like the biggest thing for me. And then not only working through them, but then also focusing on my strategies when playing them. That really helped me. Like this time around, like 2018, like I didn't really have that. I all I had was strategies, and then hopefully I could keep my composure. But yeah, definitely you need to go to more tournaments. I mean, I need to go to more tournaments for my play style and my thought process to be more, solid.
I was gonna say there was one player that made you lose your composure in 2013 in hilarious fashion. You versus Verna, and you were about to just break.
Well,
the
that was
stick
because
over his head.
it was my fault, man. That was my own. That was my own fault. It wasn't him doing something to me. That was me doing something to me.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Oh
That was
shit, man.
very much like you just being like, "Damn, get your fucking shit together, Reynolds."
There's something else you mentioned that I really want to highlight is how much you lose to get as good as you are.
Yeah.
Like, when you were talking about that run for 2013, you lost a lot to Romance at
Yeah.
those majors.
That's a great point.
Like almost all of them.
It was the beginning of the year where I was losing to him, and I wasn't making like top 3 actually. Well, I'd make maybe I'd either get second or top 5. It was one or the other. I was actually picking up. I just picked up EXKO that around that time where I was still losing them, but then I wasn't gonna drop the character because I knew the potential of the character. So I would kind of give it up to me picking up a new character, and then also, I mean, just my mindset also. So
That's
sacrifice
crazy, man.
and stuff.
It's just to have that many I guess hurdles that at the time you couldn't get over, but know that in the long run you believe in yourself that through these strategies you keep working towards that
Yeah.
eventually you'll find an answer. And then it all culminates at fucking Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I guess for a lot of people that are trying to get to that level, that I don't think people realize how much even the top of the toppest players lose. They all have to lose a lot in order to learn things. You know what? I think the interesting thing about Dragon Ball is I don't think I've ever seen even the toppest of the top players not lose a lot, especially in this game. Uh, I remember they'd be like fucking gods in other games where they'd be like untouchable, but this one's different, man. Like people, all walks of life fucking lose in this game.
Well, like the most obvious case being Sonic Fox. Like he couldn't beat Goichi, save his life at first, and now it seems like Goichi is the one that is playing catch up to him. Obviously, losing grand finals, and at Evo, and Combo Breaker, and it's I won't say that it's the game. Obviously, I think it's literally just like
it's mental. It's all mental, dude.
The mental and the environment around it, because
Yeah.
like we talked about it for months before the game even came out, how like so many great players from different backgrounds are going to be coming into this, and a lot of it's going to include some shit that you probably never had to deal with in your base game. Like I know a lot of people probably never had to deal with a player like you in their games because you don't play nothing else. I mean, maybe the Persona 4 players,
I mean,
but a lot of these guys never even like touched somebody like you before.
I mean, look at Chris Shee, dude. Look how he feels when he plays me, man. You guys ever see that shit?
No, I've seen that shit, and it's great TV.
It is.
And I hope he's still playing the game because he's been quiet lately.
I think
Good.
he still is, yeah.
He just doesn't go to locals, right? Yeah.
No, you don't go to locals. You don't go shit. He goes to majors, that's it.
Damn. But for sure, man. Like it's just, yeah. I think if you can consistently be on top, you are not only like a great player, but your mental game is like on another level.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Sonic Fox stays as high up as he is, because like that dude's brain runs like a mile a minute or something.
Yeah, it does, which is great. I like watching him play, and I think it's just good for the community in general for him winning.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No, totally, man. Like, I think that sets the tone for a great season 2. Excuse me, but I can't wait for somebody to to challenge that. That's not Goichi.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
So that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, I don't think I've ever seen you two ever play a serious set before.
Who, me and Goichi, or me and Sonic?
You and Fox.
We're at the summit. We're going back and forth.
Yeah, I think
he got maybe two games ahead of me when we stopped playing, but 2 or 3 games. But we played for a bit. We actually played for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was really fun playing him because his thought process, like I immediately understood it because it was kind of similar to mine. Like he's gonna he's literally gonna try to disrespect you any way he can, and then make you look stupid. And I'm like, oh, okay, you want to play that game? I'll make you look fucking stupid. And I did. He was getting kind of like, oh, okay. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I just made you look stupid, right?
And that's how you guys would play in a tournament match against each other.
Yeah, no, we play like that. I'm gonna force him. I'm gonna force him to play like that. It's like he's gonna read me. He's gonna try to read me. I'm gonna read his read, and then make him look stupid for even trying to make that read. That's basically how it's gonna go.
I mean, that sounds like a brilliant match. Honestly, I'd love to set that up. Let's do a first to 10, you versus Fox.
Yeah, that's how it'll go, man. I don't think he'll go for the first to 10 unless there was like actual money to it, whatever. But
$10,000,
like something along those lines, he'll definitely go for it.
Man, well, I mean, like recently, it seems like it's a bad idea to try to run money matches anyway. So forget about it.
Yeah. Let me go to a couple majors, let me get a couple top 3s, then we can do it. All right.
Okay. No, yeah, definitely. So next major, what's on your horizon? Because we obviously have the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour still in full swing. Are you still planning on participating?
Yeah. SCR is the next one. And then what I'm hoping is to use that. I mean, if I win that,
you get a free trip.
I'm expecting to win. I want to go to Mexico. Win or lose, I think I'm still going to go to Mexico.
I want to point out that there are 2 more chances for you to get in, unless you go to like another radar event. But apparently, there's also the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, right.
Which is apparently taking place in America somewhere. So getting to it is obviously possible for someone who's in the country currently.
Yeah. And here's the thing with that. If, like, let's say Sonic Fox or Kazunoko keep winning these events, that'll open up better possibilities or a higher chance that more people in that last qualifier to get in.
Well, I was wondering about that. So if they win the tournament, they obviously get the Dragon Ball and they can collect them and get the spot at the end of the tournament.
Yep.
But at the last chance qualifier, does that actually mean there will be extra spots up
Yes.
for grabs?
Yes.
So that means who has 2 Dragon Balls so far?
Nope. Well, No one. It's
Oh,
only
the
Kazunoko
Taiwan
and
major wasn't a saga event.
yeah. The next saga is this weekend at France.
France.
Is it this
yeah.
weekend?
I
It's
think
this
it's next
weekend,
weekend.
right?
Next weekend.
No, it's not next weekend. It can't be next weekend.
Is
it?
I don't think it's this weekend.
Is it really this weekend?
Let me check the website.
My Twitter fingers aren't fast.
Super producer Gibby, check it out. He's like, I'm not even.
I don't know, whatever. It's either this weekend or next weekend. That's the next saga. That's all we're getting at.
It is the 31st to the 2nd of September.
Oh shit, that's
so that weekend. Is next weekend. Oh, and there's also Thunderstruck in Mexico. You could go to that and also win a KOF event.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I want to what?
Like, what?
Reynolds like, bro, do you not fucking get it? Like,
we're done. We're done with that.
Like, stop. Hey, stop, bro.
Hey, man, if SNK like puts money into SNK heroines, I'll play that game.
Ooh, all right. Let's see what I can do.
Because that's more of like an anime fighters anyway. So like, fuck it, whatever. they got fucking 4 air dashes in that game. Like,
yeah, everybody's Shune.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll play that game, sure.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. So you have definitely been streaming a lot more lately. You've been putting in the effort.
Yep.
You've seen the crazy shit you trolling fucking people online and making them hate the game. Is that something that you really are gonna start to plug into your I guess daily routine, I guess?
Yeah. Well, not daily, but like for sure if I'm not busy Mondays like I was this week, I'm trying to do a set schedule with Mondays and Fridays. Like as soon as I get off work, I'll hop on stream.
Awesome.
And then Sundays, tentative. Sundays is usually the casual days, and then we go to Super Arcade. I didn't do that last weekend because people were kind of bailing. So I was like, all right, well, there's no reason for me to go there if you guys are bailing. But then I felt bad because there was a couple of people that actually showed up. I was like, fuck.
Oh.
Reynolds, we need you.
I'm like, shit, sorry guys, fuck.
That's all right, man. I know how that goes. You want
So what I'm trying to do is trying to be more organized with like people showing up. Like I'm actually gonna like talk to people and then get not just the main people I play with, but like other people who are gonna show up. Like I want them to like communicate with me and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of organize it better.
Are those usually people that you would play with? Like, do the people that show up to the Super Dojo casuals are people that you would normally invite to the house as well, or those is like brand new faces mostly?
More or less. Yeah, let's put it that way. Yeah, but the people who would show up there, or that I've talked to, I was like, dude, just fuck. You guys should have told me. I would have invited you to my house instead. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we all have like a communal place to go play, and so that it opens up the opportunity to play new players. And I think that's what's always been important about arcades. Like it's because it's always hard to get everybody at your house, and then you don't even know if you know these people if you want them in your house.
Yeah.
At least the arcade is a buffer to,
Yeah, you basically pay them to deal with their shit. So.
Well, you create relationships as well. Like, okay, this guy's cool. You're more than welcome to come over. I mean, come on, dude. You can't just have fucking randoms at your house unless they're that fucking good, right? Like, if they're that good though, you'll definitely be like, hey, you guys want to play some games or what?
Maybe. You know, I've heard some stories about some top players showing up to randoms' houses and totally trashing it. So.
Oh no! Well, this is my fucking house. Shit goes down here, I'm fucking kicking your ass out. If I need to whoop your ass, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
There you go, man.
You guys see how big I am, man. Shit, I'll fucking do it.
No, I know.
This is my property.
Freaking,
you know what I'm saying?
Big Papa Rump over here, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, man, you gotta handle it. You gotta take care of the house.
Yeah, man.
Understandable. So yeah, you're not going to France. So
no, I'm not going.
No.
But I plan to go to SCR, then Mexico, and then I don't know. Canada's like it's just another radar event. I'm like, do I even want to go to that? You know.
I mean, at that point, I mean, you might as well just go to the chance qualifier if it's nearby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Singapore. When's Singapore? That's in October.
Yes, Singapore's in October.
Late October, right?
Yeah, I got
that.
the thing
I
up
may
here.
consider that. We'll see. We'll see how stuff goes in my
No,
life.
actually, that Southeast Asia Major is actually October 13th and 14th. So
What?
Mid-October.
Well,
Yeah.
that's. Let me see.
There's still 2 saga dates that haven't been determined yet, so that could be, you know, somewhere close by. I don't know what other U.S. majors exist that could be a part of, but maybe an East Coast event, possibly. And,
so wait, that's the same weekend
November.
as Canada Cup.
Southeast Asia Major.
Yeah,
It might be. Let me check.
that's
Radar
crazy.
events. Radar events. Oh no, Canada Cup is the 26th and the 28th.
Oh, it's a week. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I had the 2 days confused then.
It's the Eastern online event is that weekend.
I'm not even looking at the online events,
dude. You could go to the online one, dude. You can get a radar.
I'm freaking working. I'm working.
There is an online USA West radar event the 9th of September to the 11th.
And that's on what is that, Monday?
Probably.
No, the 9th? That's a Sunday.
Wow. They don't give you any freaking time to do this shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could.
Yeah. Sunday to Tuesday. Do you want to play it during the week?
Sunday to Tuesday. Look at that shit. Like, come on, really? Tuesday? Fucking working that day.
Yeah, I always wonder why they run that on.
How do you do it, man? Give us the secret as to how you do all these things and you balance life. Because that's some grown-up shit, man.
Bro, I don't fucking know, man.
Keep trying and failing?
Yeah, that's it. And then you learn from it. That's it. You just keep trying and fail, and then I mean that's that's what
really
business. If you look at like business people, they talk about it like fucking trial and error. That's all it is for them. The only difference is they got the fucking money to do it.
They got the capital make comebacks, like
Yeah,
fail and make comeback.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you, if Gibby is listening, Gibby, can you drop the link to the Discord to ask some questions? We're getting close to the tail end of this, and if you guys want to ask Reynolds a question before he has to do adult things, possibly even work. I don't know if he's still on call.
Yeah, I'm still on call, man. But
like this dude, look at him. This is how you do it. You wing it, dude. You wing it. You got to go back to fucking doing work. Oh well, fucking get off the fucking podcast.
Look, man. Here's the thing. All you gotta do, since I have a wife, just keep your wife happy. That's it. Everything revolves around that, man.
Yeah, yep. That's all.
Everything revolves around that, man. If you keep her happy, you can do your shit.
Gotta keep that honey pot flowing.
That shit's so crazy too, because I mean, obviously, well, other people may not know that it's not like your girl has any involvement in FGC at all. She's a regular person.
She's a regular, regular normie,
I think
normal human being,
not
can relate involved in the shit.
I can relate to that. My girl is definitely.
You know what's funny? She has like some coworkers that play Dragon Ball, like some male coworkers, and then she showed them the video of me like walking out with like the chainmail and shit. They're all laughing. She told me they're all like thought it was funny. I thought they thought it was a comedian or some shit. I mean, as long as they enjoyed it,
Yeah, I mean,
as long as they enjoyed it, that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to entertain the audience. I'm trying to have them have fun with me. You know what I mean? Because I'm having fun.
Well, one of the easiest ways to entertain the audience, especially in the FGC, is to make them laugh. Yeah. So I think that there's nothing wrong with doing comedy for your main chick. I think you can make comedy hype.
Dude,
I mean,
even it's just the point that your actual personality comes out more, because we all know you. We know you're a funny guy and you have a personality. But sometimes people are scared to do that, like to really allow people to see certain sides of them. And it's crazy to see you come full circle with that, because we know you always had that in you.
Yeah. I think, I think it comes with age. It's like the older you get, the less fucks you give. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that I'm having fun with this game. I want people to see I'm having fun, and I also want them to have fun watching me have fun.
Are you having fun with the franchise though? Like, are you hyped for the movie coming out?
Oh hell yeah, man! Like I want to see that shit. Hell
Looks
yeah,
sick, man.
fucking Broly, dude.
Just the freaking Super Saiyan Red Vegeta and the new
Oh, they just. Did you see that I posted that in the?
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
Yonko Productions tweeted it, and so they got Super Saiyan Red Vegeta now, right?
Hold on, where did I put that shit? Yeah,
I think that's like the first time he's been animated, as far as I know. So
I don't know. I just saw the picture and I was like, "What the fuck?"
looks pretty cool, honestly. Like I don't know why, because like obviously Super Saiyan Blue, the upgrade from Super Saiyan Red, like at least in terms of strength. But I'm like, man, I just want to see Vegeta with Super Saiyan Red, you know?
Um.
Oh, nice.
Well, the movie just looks fucking great, man. Like I'm so over a lot of Super. A lot of Super did not look that good. You know, it did have its pivotal moments where the animation was amazing, but that was few and far in between, man.
I don't like the story.
For Super,
I don't like the fact that Goku keeps winning.
oh,
That motherfucker needs to lose.
I mean, he loses
and let somebody else win.
He does
let
lose. He loses a hit. He lost a hit.
Let somebody else beat Hit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Jiren beat Hit.
Okay, but he was already like overpowered. Like I meant like somebody from like the DBZ, you know, DB.
You want Krillin to
fighters.
beat Hit, all right? You want Krillin
yeah,
to beat
something like that. You know, I don't give a fuck. Somebody else, man. I don't give a shit who it is. You know, just let them beat that dude he lost to. Like that's how it should go. You know, like okay, Goku lost. Let me avenge Goku or some shit.
You know what I fucking hate about Dragon Ball is that they have these characters that could be really good, and then they make them seem like they're gonna do something, and then they don't do shit.
Yep.
That drives me fucking crazy. Gohan is a weenie.
Yeah.
Why?
Dragon Ball Super was the worst thing that ever happened to Gohan, for sure.
Weenie.
I'm still waiting. Apparently, he's doing really well in the. But like, you know, I was waiting for fucking Gohan to do shit. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. You know, I haven't actually read anything from the manga yet. Like, I want to read it because that's happening.
The funny thing is, like, people talk about how 17 is awesome and everything, but he was never even set up to be cool. You know, he was literally just set up to be like a color swap for fucking 18, and then got eaten by Cell, and that's it. They even forgot about him after the end of after the end of Cell Saga. Never mentioned him again. Then all of a sudden he's a hero of the fucking universe. I'm like, that's a great story. I love the character. I was like, dude, where was the build up to that?
Yeah, where was the build up to it, dude? What the fuck, man?
I guess in a way, there's like you can call back to the part where he's like, yeah, he used to hate humanity and now he's a savior of it. And I'm like, that's kind of maybe.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know why they started rebooting Dragon Ball again. Anyways, like, what was the point if they were just gonna do this bullshit? You know?
I think they did have a plan that they were gonna try a new direction and maybe not make it as formulaic as before.
I don't know, bro. This is pretty like formulaic right now. So except for the Black Saga.
I was about to bring that up. I think that part gave me hope as a fan of like, okay, maybe they're gonna do something really great with the whole tournament. Especially they set it up leading up to the tournament as like this is about to be some real shit. Gohan looked like he was gonna do some shit. Frieza looks like he was gonna do some shit. There was a lot of good setup to that tournament, but once they finally got into it, it started stinking like the old Dragon Ball Z, you know, like really, really bad.
Yeah,
I think they realized that
everything. That's it.
I was gonna say, like, I think they realized, like, man, writing a story this way and then trying to actually focus on the actual tournament, like it's fucking a real life breathing thing, was a huge mistake. Well, they were just like, we can't literally show everybody and make everyone significant, so we'll make nobody significant.
I mean, why not though? Why not make everybody significant?
I mean, they could have, but they were just like, oh shit, how do we do that without ruining the IP?
How about not annoying everybody with like fucking Pride Troopers, like saying stupid shit and then the other fucking Sailor Moon cast.
Hey,
like,
shut up!
Wait,
Don't talk about Big Rib like that. All right.
Brienne had
Big
about,
Rib is a fucking saint.
She had like 3 episodes dedicated to her.
Hey,
Oh
that's because Big
god.
Rib is a good character.
Oh god.
Dude,
She's about to be in Dragon
You know
Ball
what?
Final
I was
Season.
she's definitely about to be in
I
season
felt
2.
it. You know what? I felt it when Vegeta made that face when she was doing that spinning ball shit. God, I felt it. I was feeling it with Vegeta, man.
Dude, that's just about to be like, that's just about to have hella armor, dude. Like,
Come
you're
on.
not even gonna be able to stop that shit. She's gonna have like Blanca Ball.
Oh damn. Okay, so is the movie is it gonna bring people back into like I believe in this franchise?
I believe in it. I mean,
For you.
they gotta do it, man. They gotta do it. With Broly, how can they not? How can they fail? Come on, please. Come on.
That's right.
Please.
I love Big Rib. You keep that face on my motherfucking face. I don't give a shit. We got any motherfucking questions? Come on.
Gibby, bring your ass out here, man.
He's already here technically.
Oh.
Hey, you're looking mighty handsome on stream right now, Hell Pockets. I like it. A pretty ass mug you got going on. I like it. Good upgrade. Good upgrade. So you're asking for questions, right?
Yes.
Okay, we've got technically we got 2 questions for one person. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Reynold, this question is specifically for you. Who's your favorite Gotenks player, and why is it Dadpool? And this was asked by Dadpool.
My favorite Go Tanks player is me because I invented the character.
Whoa!
How could you do that?
Jesus. She's been asking to come on the show again too. I think we have to have her come on and respond.
Damn, dude.
Woo. All right. So second part of that question is because Dadpool took the characters from me. That's it.
Wow.
What the fuck? All right, next question.
Deadpool also
Next
asks,
question.
He asks, which character would you like in the game?
I would like in the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's plenty, dude. There's plenty. Like fucking Pecan. Is that how you pronounce his name? Pecan.
Paikuhan.
Pecan.
Paikuhan.
You pronounce it EXQ.
EXQ, yeah. Yeah, Pycon would be like the top of my list, and then next would be I just had him. Oh, Super Boo.
Oh yeah.
Super Boo. Mainly because he had a personality. I liked his personality in the fucking in the anime. It was just like, oh, you're whooping my ass. All right, let me steal your power.
Sounds reminds me of you, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That, like when somebody's whooping my ass, like I grab all their ideas and then make it my own. That's pretty much what I do, man.
Did you say you invented that shit?
Yeah, and I say like, yeah.
I was wondering,
like,
what would they do for Super Boo that would be different than Kid Boo?
He steals people's powers, dude.
I mean, technically, Kid Boo can do that also. He just never bothered to.
Yeah.
I guess he could be like an Android 21
He's
type
just Unga.
Be an Android 21 type character, just taking abilities.
I mean, you could have said the same thing about Vegito. You know, like why do they need to make Vegito when they had Goku and Vegeta?
Well, Vegito actually has
100 times in the game.
But they never gave any of those characters Vegito's unique movements. For some reason, they gave Kid Boo a lot of Super Boo's movements. I'm not sure.
Did they?
Yeah, like Mystic Ball, Extinction Rain.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100% right on that. Yeah. Shit. What the fuck? I guess Super Boo's not going to be in the game then.
Honestly, he's probably not.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be in the game.
You can make up some shit, maybe.
Next person would be Dobura?
Dabura.
Not Dogura. Dobura.
Dabura.
Dabura.
The devil?
Demon King.
That'd be
spit
one.
On people? You literally want to spit on people.
Hell yeah.
So turn them to stone, go for resets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be tight. But I'm actually excited for Cooler though. Like I'm pretty excited for
Cooler
him.
looks dope, man.
He's got full screen low. It's ground stomp. It's like using Goro in KOF.
Yeah.
I hope he's got command grabs also.
He's probably more than likely has armor.
I think
even armor? Armor is even better. Shit. Give me the armor.
think the dunk punch is an unblockable, I want to say. Where he like lifts you up and then slams you into the ground on his fist.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see once he comes out. And then he'll most likely be coming out with 17, and I want to use 17.
Oh, 17. Yeah. That's going to be the end of season 1, though. That'll be the end of season 1.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty quick, man. Like, season 1 ending and within, like, 9 months.
Well, Bandai Namco actually has, like, these kind of, like, mid-season. It's like an actual TV season, you know? It's not like in a whole year season.
Yeah.
It's not like Capcom.
Yeah.
They do, like, 4-8 months or something like that, then they're off, and then they go back on. Which is fine, because that means we get more updates quickly. Yeah. But I can see how maybe people might want a year-round thing eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Like from February to January or December or something like that.
Yeah, maybe if they made their for TV series that like what Abe said, fucking revolves around like tournaments. They do a shitty job putting a tournament.
So, all right, you want to talk about the World Tour, obviously?
Yeah, that shit is bad.
Yeah. So, elaborate.
As in, like, only 8 players? Really? Like, what's the reason for that? What's the reason for 8 players? Why not more? Like, you could have definitely had more players in there, and the people, if they want viewers, like, depending on who's there, like, those players bring in viewers. Like, people want to see there's certain players there, and they want to see certain matchups. You're limiting that by only having 8 players. Is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Or how about limiting the potential for an unknown to make it through and create a storyline for themselves as well?
That too. I mean, that could still happen, but less likely with only 8 players.
With the radar event, I think they were trying to capture that.
Yeah, but if you got fucking Japan and American players going to every single event, like cock blocking everybody, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, Nokami got through, right?
Yeah, he got through, man.
I'm not gonna say that's gonna happen every time.
So Nokami got through, right? But we didn't hear about Nokami up until, well, I guess the majority of people didn't hear about Nokami up until Evo, but you would have to wonder why, right? Like a lot of these players don't have that support to be able to go to all these tournaments, right? If you only have the one shot to get into the thing, then
you actually have to.
It's over. Like a lot of these guys, basically what Reyno's saying is true. Like a lot of these guys are gonna practically go to every tournament. Like a lot of the same people you see in top 8 are the same people you're gonna see going to every one of these tournaments, probably.
Right, and the really messed up thing is we talk about Nokami. Probably what's going to break my heart is that he got top 8 at Evo, but it didn't mean jack shit for the World Tour because it wasn't a stop, and we may not even get the chance to see him at another event because where he's at, I don't know if he travels that far. Evo was his first traveling event, and we don't know if there's going to be other ones. And I know for a fact that the closest one to him is probably let me look at this list right now. Closest event to Nokami is Canada Cup.
Fuck, dude.
Who knows if he can even go across the border?
Yeah.
And he needs to get, if he doesn't have a passport, he needs to get that shit by October. Not going to happen. So Nokami, Evo top 8, may not even get a chance to reach for the World Tour. Maybe if he plays online Eastern qualifier, he has to do that.
That's just a radar. Like, then you got to go travel the place. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just have a point system? Like, Capcom has a pretty good baseline as far as like tours is concerned. Like, just kind of go off of that and just make it better. Like, there's nothing wrong with copying somebody and making it better. I do that shit all the time. God.
Yeah, man. Stand on the shoulders of giants, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, dude. I didn't know the details like that. Because I was thinking about Capcom Cup, and I was like, what are they? Do they go as deep as 32, or is it just 16?
32.
32, dude.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna keep it pretty similar to the same thing we've been seeing over and over. And then on top of that, like, uh, I guess we can announce it now, right, Chris? Where No Kami is gonna be on the show next week.
No Kami will be on the show next week, and this is probably something we'll be discussing with him because
Mhm.
I'm sure he's been thinking about that ever since he.
His characters got nerfed, so
Everybody's characters got nerfed, man.
right, that's true, but I guess in a way, you play every fucking character.
Yeah.
Some other players are similar to you, but not a lot that play
Mhm.
like that many characters at a high level and ran through them. You know, it takes a lot of confidence to be able to start over and be like, well, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna run it until I get it. You know,
Mhm.
it's scary. It's scary for a lot of people.
It is scary, you know, and then a lot of people don't like that. They're like, "Well, I've been training with this character for this X amount of months.
Mhm.
Now, what the fuck? They nerfed my character." I'm like, "Well, that just shows your limitations as a player."
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's kind of your own fault.
But how about you finally go to your first event and it's Evo and then they nerf your character? It's like you've been playing with your characters at events, but this dude's like finally make a splash, your shit's nerfed. I mean, he is a more than capable player to be able to adjust. We all
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah.
But I guess what we're trying to say is, and we'll definitely bring this up, is the deck is stacked against them. Because of the format of this type of thing. It's stacked against a lot of players like him who are
Yeah.
talented that could make it.
I think it's stacked against like Goichi. I mean, that's another reason why probably he lost against Kazunoko. Kazunoko's characters weren't really nerfed.
Oh, fuck.
Right? Except for like Kid Buu, but he dropped Kid Buu for Gotenks, and like Gotenks is like one of the easiest characters to pick up. So
You gotta do what you gotta do, though, man.
yeah, and he definitely did. Kazunoko did, and then Goichi kind of just stuck with his same characters, more or
He's going
less.
back to Adult Gohan, though, right?
Oh yeah, he went back to Adult Gohan, but like Adult Gohan with Vegeta assist is like terrible. Like you literally only have one assist at that point.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Gibby, can you present the next question, please?
All right, next question is from Spartan Knight. For all the viewers that were at Evo, you're expecting a lot of new players to come to the scene. Any tips for new players, Ronald?
Find people to play with, like consistently. If you want to get better, like what's your goal exactly? Like you trying to get better? You trying to go to tournaments? You trying to place in tournaments? Like what's your goal?
I would imagine you're trying to go to tournaments and not get bodied.
I do think that one point that you brought up is super important because the online infrastructure of just picking random matches is just not fucking good. You know, you really do need to find somebody at least to set up ring matches and just keep playing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel for me. Like, it's been hard to develop and just play in ranked. Like, the shit is just not enough, man. I have to wait so long to get matches. And, when I get to play Chris, we play a bunch of matches and I immediately feel way better.
Yeah. Yeah. So, find like one person or two, constantly play them, and then like talk to them, see what they were doing to beat you, what you were doing to beat them, and then strategize. You know, like maybe we could have done something better here. What's the like? Go watch videos of other top players. Like, what are they doing in these situations? You know, like if you really want to get good, that's what you got to do, man. Like you can't be lazy. Is what I'm getting at.
There's a lot of opportunity for research, right?
I mean, we got internet. I mean, if you're not good, it's kind of your own fault, man.
Internet solves everything.
Yep.
Okay, Gibby. Next, sir.
Next question again from Dadpool. He said, compare NLBZ to Wednesday Night Fights. Who do you think is the stronger of all of them?
Ooh, Wednesday Night Fights. Both of them.
No one cares about your opinion.
I don't know, man. I think everyone's sleeping on Wednesday Night Fights, dude. Like, if they were to come here, like, they might get bodied by like Dadpool, Subatomic, even Kuba. Kuba is like one of like my surprising one of the surprising players who's gotten better at the game. Like, do you guys watch one? Do you guys know who Kuba is?
I don't. But I don't get to watch that much, so.
I'm
He's-
usually
he was like-
commentating Wednesday night fights. So I don't
yeah,
get to watch
he does a lot of commentating for Wednesday night fights, but I was pleasantly surprised that he's gotten much better. Like last night, he got top 4. The week before, he got top 3.
So you're saying
Another commentator getting top 8. I don't know if I can allow this.
well then you gotta show up, man. You gotta make a commentator. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. Even Jake Ryan too. He's getting better too, man. Like he's the other commentator there. Like he's getting better. Like I played him when he first started. Oh god, he's so much better now. Like I like I said, man, SoCal is definitely on it when it comes to like practicing and getting better. Man, they're fucking on it. It makes me happy.
Makes me happy to go fucking SoCal.
I think NorCal would win that matchup though.
Oh,
You know, you've been saying that since he's been saying this since the start of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Just ignore him, all right? Ignore him.
He says that in any game that he
Oh
plays.
god.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. Did you watch that match between Dadpool and Yohozi?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, how about the lead up to that? She was saying he was gonna get washed.
Damn.
And it didn't go that way.
Nah, I definitely did not.
I mean, no disrespect to Yohozi, but yo, you got bodied.
Hey man, man, this is just not a good episode for Yohozi.
Stole her fucking Gotenks tech and
Yeah.
called it your own. Now you're just reminding her how she got bodied by Dadpool.
Gotenks was non-existent before Reynolds. Before Reynolds, there was no Gotenks.
Yeah, exactly. I gave the character to Dadpool. You know, he picked up my characters. That's why he beat Yohozi. You know, he picked up my characters, and you know.
What's the next question, goddammit?
Next question is from Kevin. Kevin asks, Reynolds, what's more challenging, winning matches in Dragon Ball or KOF 13? I know.
Yeah.
You probably put more time in the KOF, but if you did, which would be harder to win?
Harder to win. They're about the same, dude. It's just everyone's skill level is a little different. KOF was different for me because everyone sucked in America. Right? Everyone sucked. Like,
I don't know. I beat you, so it wasn't that bad.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, everyone sucked in America, you know. So it wasn't that much of a challenge to me once I got to my peak, you know. I had to make it a challenge for myself just by not practicing, you know.
What the fuck?
God damn it, dude.
That's so crazy. Wow.
You know, like
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that.
I reminded of like SoCal Regionals 2014, where he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm in grand finals. I can totally win this," but nah.
Oh, damn, dude. Is that why you kept losing the fucking romance on matches?
are you talking about post or pre-Evo?
You lost to Cannibaleto. You gave him a SoCal Regionals win.
Hey man, hey, he played good, man.
You played like shit.
No, he played good. He played good.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so you purposely don't so you can gauge at what level you're like, okay, I need to really stop practicing because, you know, I need to make it seem like these guys are good.
Oh, that wasn't it. It was just give me a fucking challenge, you know, like shit.
Damn, dude. Nah, dude, KOF players are pretty good, dude. They're good. Hey, they're good.
SoCal players are all right, I guess.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, no, they're good, but like the variety of them is less than Dragon Ball, is what I'm getting at. Like the variety.
I think that's true for everything, though. Like the variety in Dragon Ball FighterZ has beaten a lot of the team-based fighters, pretty much across the board. So,
just fighters in general is what I'm trying to get at. Just fighting games in general.
Well, you have always been the guy that if you're not challenged, you start to dip. you need a challenge present in order for you to really advance.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell when it's just not worth the time for you to practice that. Yeah, you lose, but you're like, I know in the back of your mind, you're like, but if I practice a little bit more, I'd probably smoke all you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But that's
God,
also frustrating. Like I still don't want to lose, even though I'm not practicing. You know what I mean? Like practicing the way I want. Like I still want to win. Like that's still in the back of my head. So I mean, losing, like you said before, it does drive me. So it's a good and a bad.
Okay. Well, Gibby, is that all our questions for the night? My good man.
That's all the questions of the night. I
Thank
had a
you.
question myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys brought this up, but you got to play Breaker Dave in an exhibition a week or two ago. We had Breaker Dave on the show last week. You guys remember what Breaker Dave said about it, right?
Well, what did he say about it? I didn't watch what you guys said.
Chris Abe, you remember what Breaker Dave said?
This is your story, baby. Come on.
I'm asking you a question. You're the
I
host.
didn't even pay attention to the first part of that question because you directed it towards Renault. Okay, say it again. Say it again.
We had Breaker Dave on the show last week talking about the exhibition match between Reynolds and himself. Remember what he said about the match?
No, I don't.
Oh my God.
No, I don't. It was last week. What the fuck? Okay, guys. Hey, what?
Wow.
This conversation you have with this other person. Do you remember what happened last week? I don't fucking know.
Hold on, give me a
Chris,
second.
chime in here, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be sitting here talking to myself because obviously I'm not even on camera.
Gibby, how are you gonna come in here and ask a question you have no context to?
How did you feel about beating the hell out of Breaker Dave?
Okay.
I felt bad, dude. Like, but I really wasn't gonna go easy on him at the same time. Like, I felt bad, but bro, you gotta earn the W. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say something else. Like, yeah, no, I remember him saying he beat the crap out of him, but that wasn't really like about the match. That was just, it was a bad setup. Is all I'm saying.
Now I really want to remember what the fuck he said.
That's all he said was that he got to beat the crap beat out of him, and I was like, oh, I remember that. Just it wasn't. I don't know.
Well, that's all he said.
I'll tell you what I do remember. In his opinion, he was thinking that Kubo was really good. So
yeah,
I don't know. That was the part I remember because you were talking about how, well, at least we believe that you should have totally destroyed him. But he was like, nah, dude, that dude's legit. It's like, you know what, man? Breaker Dave.
I have a question. Are you gonna start wearing the chainmail to other events?
No, hell no, man.
What?
That shit's like, I don't know, like, depends. If I start streaming and then I put like a sub goal and then subs are like, oh yeah, or a donation goal, like fucking put like $500 for me to wear chainmail next event, top 8, I'll fucking do it,
And I'll tell you what, man, Renault definitely knows his worth. I'll tell you right now.
$500 for chain.
500.
But other than that, I'm just waiting for BCF to come back on board with Dragon Ball, and you guys will see it there.
Okay.
Nice. So until then, I've got a hot date next week. Can I borrow that chainmail?
Damn.
You're gonna need it for protection.
Yeah. He's about to go to war.
You gotta let her know that you're a fucking genetic freak.
See, you get it. You know what I'm getting at.
That's right.
I'm done for tonight, everybody. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh well. So the show ran a little late tonight, and we're such old people that once it gets to this time, we start to fade a little. Anyways, despite that, I always feel like we learn a lot about the mindset of players and how to break down. You have so much experience with these players that place very high. That fuck, dude, I can't. Dude, I'm so tired. I can't even fucking.
What are you trying to talk
Come
about,
on, bro.
You want me to close out here?
Reach for it, bro. Come on.
Almost got it.
I feel like Reynolds in top 16. That's how I feel right now. I'm trying to get the juice. I'm playing Kubo, and I had a good start.
Come on, bro.
I just ran through it. Okay, but I don't want a level 3 and it not land. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I feel like we always learn a lot about the mindset of players and stuff like that. And like you have a very unique way of breaking it down that other players don't really bring that info to us. At least maybe they don't know how to vocalize it. I think that's definitely your strength, and why I think people should watch your stream is the way that you communicate what you're doing and what the other players are doing is a great learning experience for other players. So they just asked you earlier, um, what can new players do? And watching you playing and how you break down a situation and what you decide to do, why you make your decisions, I feel like any level of player could really adapt to that and get a better understanding. So if we could, Gibby or Chris, drop Reynolds' link for his Twitch in the chat, and I think all you guys should follow him because it's a really good resource for you guys. Not only fucking Reynolds likes to fuck around and troll people as well, so
get some entertainment out of it too.
It's some nice stuff,
Yeah.
And sometimes we play each other in lobbies and stuff, so you can catch them playing us or actual good players too. So you can see some pretty cool matches you might not get to see normally.
There's just a lot to get out of. I've always felt that way about Reynolds. There's a lot to learn from watching him and having these conversations with him. And I think, honestly, personally, I probably learned the most from talking to Reynolds than anybody.
Not from Mr. KOF?
No, dude. It's confused me for years. You don't understand, dude. KOF was like my first serious game, right? And I played him the most. And he would give me these fucking riddles that were like out of like a kung fu movie and shit. And I would think like
out of a fortune
cookie. He was so fucking smart that he was doing it on purpose. Like purposely, this guy needs to figure out this riddle and it will make him better. But that's not nowhere near that. That's not what he was doing. It was just confusing the fuck out of me. And then like when I talked to you, then it would make way more sense. Like, oh, he's like, yeah, you know how you say like, hey, how to get out of this situation? You would give me something to get out of the situation. If I ask Mr. KOF that question, he'd be like, well, you got to think about it. You got to think about it, right? Like if this monk pounds his head against the stone, it's going to make it harder, right? And I'm, you know what? I'm going to take that thought home and I'm going to figure it out. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is not everybody can communicate the things quite as accurate as you can. And I think all of us as friends here at Game Goods, we've all learned so much from talking to you and hearing you play. And we're lucky to have a resource like that, especially having your opinion on all these other top players, that it's something we can lean on. So good shit to you, Reynolds.
Thank you.
Follow Reynolds.
Appreciate it.
And as far as for me, thank you for being on here. And we'll definitely have you on again. And Chris, is there anything else you'd like to add to this podcast?
I want to thank Reynolds for coming on, obviously, and check his stream out and whatnot. This archive will be up by tomorrow, hopefully. I think we went through a lot tonight, actually, despite starting late. So it's a pretty good episode. Make sure you watch Neo Jojo on Saturday.
Neo
we run
Dojo,
KO 14 and other
Jojo.
stuff there. It'd be pretty cool. And SNK Heroines. So Reynolds, if you want to play SNK Heroines, you can come out on Saturday.
Not until they decide to like come out with like pop bonuses or some type of tour. Is this tour even real? Like the one that they're doing right now?
That's another. That's another show entirely. That's another show.
Okay.
That's for Fatal Showdown.
You can just say yes or no. That's a TLDR
No.
for me. You say yes. Okay. No. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
All right. So that's about it for our Dragon Ball Fighter / KOF stream today. Thank you all for watching.
Next week.
No Kami is coming on next week, of course. We look forward to talking to him, and then we'll see what's going on in the future. Maybe we'll bring in some more Dragon Ball community personalities. Maybe a little bit of Barack Obama, another rhyme style, maybe Geekdom. Who knows? I got deep pockets and good friends in high places.
Perfect Legend has a lot of insight.
Perfect Legend has a ton of insight, and I would love to bring him back on the show again.
Yeah,
I think he's already been on here twice, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we need to give him a break.
Entertaining.
We actually need to bring Tatsu back on the show. Honestly, I would love to have Tatsu back on the show.
Oh yeah.
He's only been on once. Matt's been on twice. Yeah. Get Yohoji back on again.
Tatsu beat a sponsored player. You guys remember?
Oh that? Yeah. They finally killed the rivalry. That's about because that was the.
And guess who came up on top? That's right.
That's anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody, and from everybody here at Mount Paozu Arcade. Drink Kool-Aid, hail Satan.